All right, welcome back to episode 2 of MTD the Podcast. Co-hosts Brendan and Colin McNamara. C-Mac in the building. What's good? What's good?
Popping.
Not much. Just another day, another dollar.
Yeah, episode 2, More Than Different, the podcast. Thanks for the people tuning in, all the viewers. You know what I mean? We appreciate all the love.
Yeah. This will be I know we said guests. Guests are coming first guest appearances this week, and it'll only be up from there. But this one we thought we'd shed a little light on some stuff with your co-host.
Yeah, chop it up a little bit before we got our special guest coming in. This probably won't be on Monday either. They'll probably get this in a couple of days before Monday. I don't know if we're dropping everything, but it might be a little more frequent than that. But,
yes, sir.
But what you been up to today, B? Tell the people.
Man, I've been on Zoom. I've been doing all these classes and stuff, and that's about it. Hooping, getting a couple of chess games in, and just taking care of business. TCB, baby.
Yeah, you held that L in chess for sure. Yeah.
I did. I'll take it. I'll take it graciously. I took an L today, but.
Yeah. Thanks to your boy, but just so the people know, we're not jumping on the bandwagon in chess. We're really about that life. Like, this isn't Queen's Gambit.
This isn't how do I play chess post Queen's Gambit? Like,
this is our shit. Like,
we've been doing this.
So, if anybody wants to hit my line, get a chess game and get competitive, let me know. You know where to find me.
I know y'all see it. It's the mint green hoodie. I know y'all see it. And the cut.
Hey, working out. Where else can they find?
They can find that on mtdlifestyle.com. That's mtdlifestyle.com. We got
What other website can they get it on?
Nowhere. You ain't gonna find this anywhere.
Yeah. I went casual today with the stripes.
Yeah, that's all good, C-Mac. You know what I mean? That's all good.
But, all right. Today, dive into a couple pressing topics. You know what I mean? Got to express our thoughts. A couple, present day events that's been going on, that's been on our mind. Chop it up a little bit. Then, we'll talk about just some light, overarching theme topics, things that we encounter in our lives. I'm sure a lot of our viewers encounter our lives every day, and then we'll do a quick speed round questions, just get to know us a little more, and all that. Let's dive into it. No?
Let's do it. All right. So, past week, a significant day in American history. With the raid of the Capitol. Not quite surprising, to be brutally honest, but nonetheless, just a sad day in a lot of ways, a day that should have been a celebration. But, Con, what are your thoughts? We've talked about it. It's been all over social media. It's been all over the news. We got the news on all the time, but, just shed some light.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched the news and seen, you don't see much positive things we put on CNN, Fox News, whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to put on, whatever news channel, you don't really get anything positive these days. With the coup of the White House, I'm surprised that it happened, but I'm not, same time, I'm not surprised, sadly. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of a bummer because, you look back kind of full circle all summer. They had, Black Lives Matter movement, marches, police brutality against, Black communities. And it's kind of been like revamp the civil rights movement pretty much. So now come fast forward to now, and back in the summertime, for the opposers of the Black Lives Matter movement, which is absurd for anybody to oppose it. They, people fight it back with, oh, Blue Lives Matter, this, that, and the third. But now those same people that are saying it are the hypocrites that are storming the White House that, are attacking the police.
Yeah, killed a police officer. Police officer died.
Yeah, so one of the police officers passed away. Rest in peace to him. But it's just crazy, This past year has just been a year where people are just revealing their true selves. All the hate just coming to light, coming to fruition, and we have a leader in our country, our president, who's just
a bigot.
He's just not, he's leading the wrong way. You know what I mean? He's not a true leader. So
yeah, absolutely.
Only a matter of time. We can't get him out of office quicker and all that. But
yeah.
So sad moment. Hopefully, it'll go down in history. People, our kids' kids will be reading about that.
Yeah. You ain't kidding.
It's like an act of terror. You know what I'm saying? It's like
it is.
That's how serious people should be taking it. And it's crazy that they could get into the White House. You know what I mean? Security. That's another investigation that should happen. Like, who's the inside man?
Yeah, who are these people that? Yeah, we're right. What was the connection? There's a lot of stories about. It's not unheard of for police officers who are protecting the White House or in communities who do support Trump or support certain policies or whatever the case may be, or like opposes Black Lives Matter, for them to, those same people, they're people, they go home to their families, they have thoughts, they have beliefs, they certainly have a job as a policeman, but it's not out of the ordinary for people to kind of return back to their core, their center, which a lot of times can be built off of racism or hatred. So yeah, those same police officers who were supposed to be protecting, there were some videos where it was like, you come in, you like, who are these people? What, you know what I mean?
So, I mean, and the more you turn on the news, the more you see more videos pop up of the people that were storming the White House. They were posting their own videos of, and you don't even realize how violent the situation was and how crazy it was until these videos start surfacing. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
crazy. It's a crazy time. You know what I mean? It's just tough. People are really showing their true selves, and it's scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. And a lot of work to do as people, as a country, and
yeah, I mean, yeah, you can just see there's a lot of divide.
I mean, go ahead.
Once you get someone in office or someone of power who, all of a sudden wants to be that confident guy who wants to express themselves and is not afraid to show, their hatred towards a specific person, it gives other people confidence. You know what I mean? It uplifts them in the wrong way to just feel that it's right to do the same thing. So I mean, it's sad. And the country's just got to work and get better at accepting people for who they are. You know what I mean? Everyone's equal and all that. And it just, for the most part, doesn't feel that way right now. So,
right.
But this we should probably. I kind of want to move on and tag this discussion onto back to like the Black Lives Matter movement, and through like the summer and the winter, everyone was cooped up in their homes, wanted to watch TV and all that, and some of the biggest streaming and most viewed events were basketball games, sporting events, hockey, football, baseball. So they have these sports have huge platforms that can influence viewers of all ages, all sizes, all colors, all everything within our country. And so I want to ask you, with this movement, with the social injustice movement of Black Lives Matter, police brutality against, minorities, and, and just kind of fighting for, just a better America. Which major sports league has done the most for social justice, fighting for Black lives and in that whole movement? Who's done the worst out of the major sports? And what do you expect in the future?
I think undeniably the NBA has done the most. I think that starts at the center of kind of the basketball culture in terms of obviously the NBA is predominantly, I believe 75%, if not more, you can check me on that, is Black. And, the culture, it's a sport that a lot of African Americans play. So with that, I think the NBA embraces that. Basketball embraces that culture. That the basketball has a very distinct kind of, I don't know, for lack of a better word, culture to it that a lot of other sports just don't have that same feel, that same attraction that draws a lot of people in. And with that, I think the NBA, as far as Adam Silver and the players, have done a really good job of making it a players' league. And with that, like Chris Paul, Andre Iguodala, they're two of the guys who run the NBPA, the Players Association, and they've done a great job, putting in, all the voting stuff, which before this year, I believe there was a wild percentage of NBA players who hadn't voted before, which was crazy to see, but then great to change.
Trying to get whole teams to vote, and they that was their missions and all that. But yeah,
so
he's been a great commissioner.
Yes, and then I did a research paper about a year ago, and they also last couple of years have incorporated like mental health programs into for the NBPA for all access to players and whatnot. So that's a lot off topic, but nonetheless, I think the NBA has done a really good job of just being aware of these societal issues, these things going on. I think more so than any other league, undeniably. And with that, you've seen the WNBA, obviously, rightfully so, has done the same. They've done a great, amazing job. And then, I think the NFL, I know you'll talk about it, but I just don't see as much out of it from them. It's almost unforgiving with the Colin Kaepernick stuff that transpired 4 years ago. Retrospectively, looking back now, it's quite hypocritical for Trump to condemn that on his Twitter and to his whole following it as such a bad thing to do, to protest the national anthem peacefully simply by kneeling. And then you have his same followers doing that same stuff, and you see what the police do and whatnot. So that being said, I think the NBA has done a great job, and I think they're the model for other professional leagues to follow. No doubt.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, NBA's done a great job. You couldn't watch an NBA game over the summer or the winter without thinking about what you could do to make your voice be heard, whether it be through voting or just making you think of, what should you be doing? Should you be reading more? Should you be educating yourself more just on the history of suppression, of different groups of people in our country over the years that you haven't even realized, have been hurting for, hundreds of years. On to sports teams or sports leagues that I think should be doing more is the NFL. I don't know the exact statistics, but I think that's the most viewed sport, most watched sport in the United States. Like, that's like, football is like America's pastime. I mean, it's baseball.
No, baseball. Football is America's sport.
It's America's sport, you know what I mean? Everyone watches it.
But basketball is slowly creeping up, but
still. But football's thing to me, I see every time I watch a game, I see their, the statements they put in, on the walls and the ends on the helmets. It's like it says "end racism." I'm like, okay, like cool, end racism. Like everyone wants to end racism,
Right.
but you don't just end racism by saying stating let's end racism. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't do anything. Like you can read the words end racism. You can have helmets and jerseys saying end racism, but that doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? You need action with that. And I mean, like, for example, people like Drew Holiday, for example. He donated his whole $26 million check this year.
Yeah. To black-owned businesses.
Back into black-owned businesses and black communities, within Milwaukee as he plays for the Milwaukee Bucks now. And like that's something that's like systemic racism. He's trying to help out his people in suppressed communities, kind of get out of a ditch, especially in a hard time for everybody, with businesses around the world this time. But yeah, I just think the NFL could have a better saying, better message. You know what I mean? Like it's such a powerful sport with so many viewers, especially now in the playoffs. That not a big fan of the commissioner. You know what I mean? Like they more leaders at the top positions. But and the best players in the sport that are making the NFL the most money are mostly African American. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. No, the best. Yeah.
But I mean, last year's Super Bowl MVP, he's black, lights. You know what I mean? So
yeah, right. Lamar Jackson. All the people who are like the biggest fans of these. And there's such a dynamic in sports with athletes where, unless, they provide. You have people have this whole, separate sports and politics. Like you can't. They go hand in hand. These athletes are people. A lot of them are black men. They're
you can't tell these athletes to shut up and dribble. You know
exactly. You can't. And then you got fans of these black athletes who, they love them at one point, and then if they use their voice, it's like shut up. And it's like you simply appreciate them for their their talent, but not who they are as people. And with that's like a demoralizing feeling. And I think that's where
you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, that's
You love each other for what you do for them, but when it's time, for someone to speak up and do something that's best for themselves, other people get mad.
Right. Yeah.
And everyone just does things for their own motive, something that to better themselves. But when someone else does something that isn't beneficial to another person, the other person's probably gonna get tight about it. And it's just kind of like sad, but the reality. So, but yeah, let's dive into another pressing topic, something that we've been dealing with obviously for the last year consistently. Is this pandemic going on, COVID-19. So, I mean, this summer was tough. School year, went back to school, mostly remote. It was pretty locked down. I was getting tested twice a week. Come back home. Massachusetts, things close at 9:30. It's pretty crazy time. Masked up wherever we go. So let me ask you, what do you think of the positives in your life that has come out of COVID? Like what has it opened your eyes up to? What do you do now that you don't know if you had time to do before COVID? Like what positive outcomes have come out of COVID, and what also things you've learned, and what's the good and bad of it?
I think you touched on it, alluded to it without really meaning to, but time, I think, is the biggest thing. And with time, I was able to, figure out it gave me a chance to, step back after when it first blew up. I didn't know it was going to obviously still be going the following January, but, nonetheless, it was on lockdown. So it gave me some time to just kind of, put things in perspective, kind of, slow down a little bit, knowing everything was on hold. There was nothing I really had to worry about for a little while. And then once I realized, all right, like this is going on for a while. Like this is what I got to adapt to. I started getting into reading a lot, which with reading, I just became more curious about a lot of things, a lot of stuff relating to social justice, stuff with just like your mental, like the mental side of things, and how that
avid reader.
Yeah, I've tried to. I read a lot of books this summer, and it's tough to stay consistent with it now with school. Just I got a lot going on and whatnot, but nonetheless, I try to mix it in before I go to bed. But
being smart's the new cool.
Yes, sir. So
being smart,
So reading's been that's something that's opened up a lot of time for me last spring and summer. And with that, it's just kind of shaped me in a lot of more ways, with my approach being more, organized, and just kind of being relentless with my passions and whatever I do. And obviously with More Than Different, it gave us a lot of time to get back together. And around March, April, we hadn't really, since before the previous summer when we started the brand, we then hadn't been able to like spend a lot. He was at college, I was still at home. So we were kind of, just maintaining everything, doing what we had to do. But then once Colin got home, we were able to kind of get back on track, add some stuff, sharpen up the website, add some products. So, and then everything's kind of been a, domino effect from there, and just been grinding. That's all I could say. I've been focused.
Yeah, I mean, I saw something on social media. I think going into the new year, it was a quote, and it said, "If 2020 didn't bring the grind out of you, then there's no grind in you."
Yeah, it's a fact.
So I mean, my thing is COVID, and being in 2020, where we, had to quarantine and whatnot, things were shutting down. You had a lot of time on your hands, and I think people don't realize that the times aren't going to be like that. In the next couple of years, it's going to keep, hopefully, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Knock on wood.
On getting back closer and closer to normal. But we're not going to have as much free time as we did. I don't think ever. So, it's kind of what you do with that free time. As you touched on, we try to grow More Than Different. So now starting the new year, we decided to kick out the podcast. But
yeah, it's been on the bucket list for a while.
But yeah, I mean, the positives is like, you got time, a lot of time on your hands. You got to figure out what to do with it. You got to manage your time right. A lot of people say you learn how to manage your time right when you're busy. How to stuff things together. But when you got a ton of time on your hands, it's like, all right, what do I do with this now? I can get better at other things.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing. But another, I think a negative that I think we don't really touch on is how many lives that COVID's affected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I haven't going into school year in the fall, I didn't really know anybody that's been affected by it, or has had to quarantine, has been in close contact, none of that. But now, as the new year comes around, I mean, now I know a lot of people that have had COVID, have had a quarantine for being close to people with COVID. It's spreading like wildfire, and you don't really realize how bad it is until something really hits home and affects you or a loved one. So, you know what I mean? Just kind of staying diligent about staying masked up, wash your hands, stay clean, don't be dirty.
Don't be dirty.
Don't be that dirty boy. You know what I mean? Don't be that dirty person.
You're right.
No one likes that person. So, I mean, that's a negative. So, we're praying that to everyone, who's down bad with COVID, everyone gets healthy, gets better. You know what I mean? We're not wishing any negative things on anybody.
Yeah.
Wishing everyone a nice come up for the new year. Hopefully we get the same coming our way.
Yes, sir. Stay
But
healthy, stay safe. All right, it's a perfect transition. Similar on the same topic that I wanted to touch on, um, is social media. Time is a big. They go hand in hand. Time and social media in terms of the consumption that social media does with your
we're
time.
turning into social media ourselves, though. You know, people look on Instagram. We're the social media they're looking at.
You're right. You're right. No, but hey, so here's what I want to ask. I'm wondering, what is the balance between social media being beneficial and it becoming a detriment to your lifestyle, your mental health, all that, just in terms of how it can just consume you. But there is, it's such a part of society that you kind of need it. So how do you balance that?
Yeah. Well, I think now social media is kind of like it's kind of it's like a drug. You know what I mean? And it's a drug that no one realizes is the most addictive drug that we have in the world today. You know what I mean? Like the worst thing is when you wake up Sunday morning and you get a notification on your phone that, oh, you used 4 hours a day. You use out of your day each day throughout the week on your phone, and it's like you realize, oh, that adds up. So 28 hours, like that's a day plus
Good day.
that I was on my phone. I literally lost a day. Like I think the thing is, you get caught up in social media. There's so many platforms that you can just get lost in. Chasing after what other people are doing. Oh, am I missing out on this? What's going on with this, that, and the third? That really isn't important, but you always want to be up to date. You always feel like you want to be up to date. You want to miss out on anything. And I mean, it's just, if you realize that you're using 4 hours a day on your phone, you're wasting your time. You know what I mean? And I've definitely fallen victim to it for sure. I'm trying to get better with it, but I mean, like an hour or two a day. I mean, less. You're doing well in this day and age, because there's a lot of people out there that won't leave Instagram for 2 hours at a time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and looking at dumb things, not like, you know,
Yeah.
influential Instagram accounts. Like, I don't know, like if you want to be a cook, looking up Instagram accounts about cooking, all these recipes. For example, like
It's dude, bro.
that'll help you. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
instead
right.
of looking at, pictures of someone, I don't know, with their friends out on Saturday night. Like, oh, wish I was there. It just, like, you get consumed in it. It's easy to get lost in it because we grew up with it. You know what I mean? Like, we've known this our whole lives. That's why people in the older generation are like, oh, why are you guys on your phone so much and we barely use this? Because they're not used to having it and we are.
Yeah, it's so normalized.
Like, a lot of people can't even leave the house without their phones on them. It's like literally a part of us. So
Yeah.
just being able to cope with it, having discipline.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Man, I've slowly grown to just dread my phone in a lot of ways. It's so hard to disconnect though, because there's just a lot of communication that goes on in your life, and especially in this world, it has to be via kind of your phone, whether it's calling, texting, emailing. That you kind of have to be attached to some extent. Not attached, maybe not the word, but you have to be connected. Um, and if you're not, you'll miss something, or you feel like you're missing something, whether that's again, communication with people, or Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever people use.
And this thing, it's a necessity, honestly,
It
because
is. It is.
people stay in touch with you that way. You might miss out on something.
Yeah. Which
Have your phone on you, so it is low key
and
necessity.
it is, and it's a tool in a lot of ways, and it helps. Like without social media, how we grow this brand, it would be hard. So it helps us in a lot of ways. It helps your own image. It's a way to get to know people. To
Positives and
you're
negatives.
right. It's the balance. It's the balance that makes it hard to disconnect, and to try to disconnect. You then are like, what am I missing? And it can obviously mess with your mental, and it just can kill your time and your schedule. Next thing you know, you're like, oh shit, I've been on Instagram the last hour. I just spent, I woke up at 9 and I'm getting going at 10:30. I was just in my bed for, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's
Really.
it's a consumer, but
So what?
so
How do you limit it? What are your ways? What are your methods? How do you limit your?
man, I just try to I guess my methods have kind of just been not being near my phone all the time. I guess like I leave the house with it always. Like I have it on me because I got, who knows what could happen. But when I'm at my house or I'm doing work or anything, I try to leave it, far away. And then still I'm baited into going back down, checking it at some point. But with that, at least I can get an hour without my phone, and do that throughout the day. And I'm cutting down on,
You're more efficient. You know what I
more
mean?
efficient. Exactly.
Sure.
So
I haven't done it before, but I'm pretty sure you can set like.
yeah, I haven't either. I know Maeve does it, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm
For
a
the
little,
viewers that don't know, Maeve's our older sister.
yeah, she's the goat. She'll be on soon.
She'll be on soon for sure. She'll be a guest appearance. I
Yeah.
won't even be like a guest appearance.
Don't even be a guest parents. That's fam. That's
She's like,
family.
yeah,
Man.
she's like, what's her label? Like creative
She's
director.
the she's media. She's head of media.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so you guys will know her for you guys will
Yeah,
get.
all those tough photos. That's all her.
Yeah.
So anyway, social media
So yeah,
quite the overwhelming prowess nowadays. But
sure.
gotta
Yeah,
navigate.
use it the right way because it can either kill you or it'll
Yeah,
help you grow for sure. Especially
man,
this
kid.
business. That's what we're trying, right?
Yes, sir.
But all right, let's dive into a couple MTD lifestyle questions. I like to call them. Ooh. I'm gonna rip a couple for you. All right.
Say less.
All right. First category, we got music. All right. For a lot of people that don't know, we listen to music all the time.
All the time.
I mean,
Talk about necessity.
all my friends, all the people I'm around, my parents, have grown up. Music's playing in the house on the speakers. Old reggae, old soul, all that good stuff. And now we're growing up and all our friends were listening to music all the time, whether it's working out, whether it's just sitting on the couch watching music videos, whether it's, in your earbuds on your way to class, anytime. I'm sure everyone can relate to that. But all right, so what are right now, since the beginning of the new year, 2021?
Ooh.
2021. Ooh, just
Ooh.
goosebumps. What are your top 3 rotating artists?
Since 2021, we're excluding 2020.
I'm saying, like, what's your current rotation? Top 3.
Right. Yeah. See, I went major Rod Wave in 2020. Go to 2021. Jack Harlow. I've been major Jack Harlow. His album was real good. What's it called? That's what they all say.
Yep.
Yeah, I've been bumping that. He's got a rotation of good songs on there. Lil Durk. I'm big Lil Durk.
Yeah.
I pop in and out of the Kid Leroy and Polo G.
Okay, that's 4.
And then
Keep going. I'll keep going. Sure, keep
oh
going.
yeah, okay. I mean, I'm waiting on Certified Lover Boy. You know me. You know me and my
Yeah,
music.
we all are. We all are.
We all are. And shout out to Chelsea Cutler. I mix her in. I keep her in the mix always.
Big shout out to Chelsea. Big shout out. We're gonna need her on the pod soon.
Yeah, she's coming. Chelsea Cutler's coming.
It is for the viewers. That's a for the people. That's a for the people podcast right there.
Look forward to it.
I know everybody's gonna want to see that.
Yeah. What about you though? I know you had some goofies on today in the car.
Oh, don't even say that. Don't disrespect that.
Goofies.
My rotation, 2021. I haven't been doing too much, like consistent listening to one person. I'd say my top. I might only have a top 2, honestly. I've been listening to correct me if I'm wrong, because we've been in a car.
Yeah, go ahead.
I say Lil Durk for sure.
Yeah, maybe.
Lil Durk, you know what I mean? That, ooh, the voice,
The voice.
backdoor, misunderstood. I mean, that whole
Just talking to the streets.
voice, the whole joint, crazy. And then, honestly, I gotta go local. I gotta support my boy Philly G.
Philly
I
G.
dropped that new little EP, that new little 3-piece.
Philly
So
G. Philly G. Y'all know
transparent,
he'll be a guest
transparency.
soon.
Yeah, Philly G's coming up soon. For those of you that don't know Philly G's, local artist from Arlington. We've known him for a while now. He's good people, real good dude. He'll be our second guest on
Yeah,
MTD podcast for sure.
one of the realest.
He's a dope rapper. I mean, he's dope. He's good vibes, man. He just brings good energy. You guys got to go check him out. Philly G
Yeah, Philly
on
G.
Apple Music, Spotify, all that good stuff.
Yeah, we'll leave him in the.
Fire. I'm supporting.
We'll put him in the. We'll put him.
Local this year.
We'll put him in the description. We'll have his tag. You go right to Apple Music.
But yeah, I mean, I'd say I've been bumping him. I mean, I'm like
Yeah.
here and there with a lot of other artists, but Durkio and Philly G.
Hey, it's a good lineup. It's a good lineup.
So, all right. So we know. I'm pretty sure based on what you said, you and I mostly hip hop. That's probably what we were listening to the most. No.
Yeah, R&B, hip hop.
R&B,
Yeah.
R&B, so mix that in. But most of the time, I say both listen to hip hop the most.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? All right. So this year, what are 2 new genres that you're gonna tap into and try and listen to more? Give a shot. You know what I mean? Because you got to switch it up.
Yeah. Most definitely.
What are 2 genres that you're gonna try and dip your toes
I
into?
go reggae. Keep reggae. I mean, we've always had reggae in the summer going on. We're down in the Cape. Bob Marley, the head honcho of reggae music. And it's definitely a vibe in terms of just kind of, I don't know, being chill, just kind of steady. So I want to expand my taste of reggae beyond Bob Marley.
Okay.
And I mean, I guess I'll go like. I mean, I don't know what we're calling. I guess soul music. I like soul music.
Wow, that's nice. There you go. Hell yeah. I was about to say soul music too. I was gonna dive into it's just good. Like I don't know, the energy is unmatched on soul music. You know what I mean? You can't catch a bad vibe on soul music.
It's
like
soul. It's for your soul.
It really is music for the soul. Like they don't call it soul music for nothing. I definitely say that's one I'm gonna listen to more.
Don't say country.
I'm not gonna lie. I like country music.
Yeah, no, I tried it. Yeah.
Also, here and there, it's also a vibe. It just all depends on the mood. I'm not saying I'm in a great mood for it all the time. Like I don't know if I have country on my playlist. I'm not gonna lie, but I definitely know a couple songs that are pretty fire. But man, I'm gonna have to check the genre list right now.
I know. See, I didn't know if that was legal.
Oh yeah. Also, we gotta set up that MTD playlist.
Yeah, MTD playlist. We'll make them public.
We'll make the 2021 playlist updated every week. We gotta start that.
Yeah, it'll be big, but yeah, that's a good idea. We'll have a weekly updates on playlist, and it'll be for the people.
I don't even know, honestly. Soul funk. Those are
funk. All right, soul and funk.
Yeah, same thing, but
book it.
Let's say that Latina music. Yeah, you can catch a vibe with that too.
Yeah, fair.
You know what I mean? All right, let's go. Let's speed this up a little bit. What else we got? All right, new skills. What are 3 new skills, 2 new skills, whatever you want? What are you trying to build on for this year? Like, what skill sets are you trying to learn? Like, what are you trying to get better at from now
Um,
until December 31st, 2021?
I got better at in 2020.
What are you gonna get
I
better?
know, and I'm gonna get better at it. I added it. I didn't get that good at it, but I learned how to do it. Now I want to expand on it. Is working with Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. I took a course after school at Nobles, their afternoon program that learned some ins and outs, kind of the basic baseline of you know, forming designs and different. What?
It's tough.
It's tough. So I figured out I made some cool designs this fall, but I've kind of had to take a little break from it. Yeah, I've had some other stuff going on, but if I can build off that, I think I could, and make that easy for me. I could really you know, make some cool stuff with that. So that's something I want to add. And then
What else?
now I'm trying to do the laundry more.
I know laundry's stacking up like crazy every
I'm
day.
doing the laundry. I said it at the beginning of the year. I was going to do the laundry every week or more. Sorry, more than that. But I would do the laundry consistently. Had it on my goal list today. Bang, did it. I've done it a couple other times. So
make your bed too more. You don't make your bed.
No, I have been making my bed more often. Just I lost a little trail, but I'll get back on track. But yeah, and then I like what I've been doing. I'm not
That'd be
really.
an elite skill set. That'd be an elite skill. Make your bed, do your laundry, and Adobe Illustrator.
That's hard. Yeah, and then I'll
Compete
just.
with.
Yeah, and then I'm just, I'm doing my other stuff on the low. I don't need everyone knowing about it. You know what I'm
On the
saying?
road down, yeah. Gotta be mystery. It's all about the chase. That's what's up.
All right, see. What about you?
Me, man, new year. I need to get my coding skills up. My career skills, my coding, programming, you know what I mean? Machine learning, Python, MATLAB, all that good stuff. I need to get that skill down for sure. And then definitely Adobe Illustrator too. You know, I mean, that's what keeps the business rolling. Yeah, that's how you send the logos to the manufacturers.
Hey, don't give them any credit. We make everything, okay? The only thing we ain't made are our hats. Don't even say we send stuff. We make all these hoodies made by us. You can't find any product, minus the hats.
I'm in the lab right now.
Yeah, C-Mac's in the lab. He's down in the trenches, we call it.
Don't show too much though down here.
Yeah, nah, it's a mystery.
Just me and Jordan chilling.
But
yeah, it's the basement for the goats, pretty much.
Yeah, so we get it. So we get it all.
Yeah, I mean coding, I would say, just broad things is consistency, just day in, day out. Being consistent with my days and discipline, being more disciplined. Just kind of everything I do, making sure I do everything that I want on a day-to-day basis. You know, that's like, it's cliche and shit, but it's like, that's what I want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Great skill to have, being disciplined and consistent.
Goes a long way.
100%. All right, let's finish it up with what everyone needs to do more of. You know, we got a lot of dumb people in the world. We got a lot of uneducated people out there.
They gotta read more books.
Yeah. But B, say it again.
Read more books.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I fall victim to it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was.
C-Mac set a goal last year. He's gonna read enough books to stack them to the ceiling. He read enough books to stack it to the toilet.
The ceiling was a lofty goal for sure.
But yeah, it's all right. That's tough for anyone.
But yeah, all right. Tell the people. You've been reading. You've been on your reading grind. What was the last book you read?
The last book I read for any athlete, I think it's a must read. I'm about to finish another book. I'll get to that, but The Mindful Athlete. It's not in the frame. Mindful Athlete by George Mumford. He worked as psychiatrist with Chicago Bulls with MJ and the Lakers with Kobe, both under Phil Jackson. He just kind of has a very mental approach to sports and to competitive dominance that will really open your eyes. It's almost like the thoughts you have that you don't really know how to express them or what they really are. It's as if this book kind of tackles all of those, and you're like, oh, it's like he's speaking right to you. At least for me, I think a lot of athletes will be able to relate, and certainly helped me a lot just reading it. It's one of those timeless books where you can kind of just go back and read a chapter at any time. And again, it's not just an athletic thing; it translates in any way. But great read. And then I'm finishing up How to Be an Anti-Racist by Ibram X. Kendi. He had a trending post on Instagram. He said, same for anyone who didn't know, but a lot of people reposted it where they said, this following the Capitol raid, that this shows how clear white privilege is. Anyway, anyone could have seen that, but nonetheless, great read. All types of topics that show how systemic and how many layers there are to racism, and two great reads for everyone. I think it applies to anyone. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, the last book I read, it was over the summer. I forget the name of it though.
You read the big Muhammad Ali book?
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Now I feel like an expert in Muhammad Ali. Muhammad, dude, he's goated. Like that's a real beast, right there. Yeah, that book was hefty too. Yeah, right. That was a big accomplishment, honestly. But
you destroyed that book.
Yeah, I woke up mad early just to read that, just for no reason. I just like, I'm gonna wake up. I'm just gonna read this book at like 5 a.m. That was unreal. That was dope. That was a dope book. But going into the new year, I definitely need to knock down a couple books for sure. In the next like couple months. You might need to swing over some of those books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we got gifted a couple new books. Our family knows how to keep us sharp, keep us witty. We're not gonna be the dumbest person in the room, but we're not gonna be the smartest. Yeah, you never want to be the smartest person in the room, otherwise you're in the wrong room.
You're right. That's hard. Right. Yeah, you're always learning. That's what I've been taking away from reading.
First learning, student twice, but that's what's up. So, for the viewers, you guys got a quick sneak peek of our thoughts, opinions, and some facts about us. Next episode will be our first guest,
yes, Obama. Some people know him. You ain't gotta tell them too much. They'll see. They'll hear his story. He's one of the dopest people, and Colin can attest to this, that I've ever met. Just as real as they come, and he'll be a must listen for sure for everyone. I think everyone will enjoy hearing him tell his story. And any book recommendations, leave them in the comments. You know what I mean?
If anyone wants Smoking Chess, leave it in the comments.
Yeah, leave it in the comments. We got chess.com.
What else? What else do they leave? Leave it.
Like, share, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, you better. We want your hoodie size. What hoodie you want?
Address.
Don't put the address. We don't want to show the address in the comments. Just let me know what size you want.
DM
us comments, because we already know you guys want hoodies. Just let me know. Stay patient too. We got new designs coming out and everything. New shirts, all that good stuff. So.
Yes, sir. All right. That's a wrap. We'll be back with episode 3 soon. All right. Deuces.